Hey everybody, this is the Winstead Speed Shop. Today I'm going to cover two reviews. First review is on the Zipp 303 Speedcrest, or whatever it's called, Firecrest, versus the Roval Alpinist CLX. It's the first edition. And the CLX, which is over here. Here we have our CLX. It's the Roval climbing wheel, super light, like 1250. And I rode these for about 2,200 miles. And I like the wheels fine. They perform really well. I rode them in the roads where I rode them are in Costa Rica. The roads have tons of potholes. They're very, very rough. Went on a lot of gravel with these wheels. And didn't have any issues with them. The reason I stopped using these wheels, there's two reasons. One is the spoke where it crosses each other when I'm climbing and applying torque to the highest cog, you get a noise as this spoke flexes. And I've had like 4 sets of Roval wheels. These aren't the only ones to make the noise. And you can put grease right here where they cross. The shop put some electrical tape where they cross, and nothing seems to work. It's always noisy, and you really only hear it when you've got a lot of torque on the cassette. But nonetheless, it's an annoyance, and it's not unique to this wheel. It's unique to other Roval wheels I've had. So I wanted to go to a wider profile tire. These are not inflated, but these are 28s. And the external width on these rims is about 25. And the internal width is measuring, it's on their website, but I'll measure it here. We're at an internal of 21. And yeah, 21. The reason that internal width is important is as you go to a wider tire, you get to a point where the tire starts to create a shape like this, like a balloon, and it loses kind of the proper form that the tire is supposed to have. And these work really well at the 28 width, but I wanted to go wider because the roads here are so bad. I wanted to start riding a 32 in Costa Rica. And I thought, well, it would really be nice to have a wider rim profile to use the 32s with. And I don't really care about aerodynamics, but you do want the inflated width of the tire to be a similar width as the rim profile, so that as the air goes around the tire, you don't have a lot of turbulence behind the tire as it comes around the rim. That's not really a reason for me to go wider. The real reason was to have a better profile of my tire. Instead of something like this, it's going to be more like this. So I got the Zipps. I have not been on Zipps since maybe 2005 or so. So it was something it's something new to me. But today was my first ride on the 303s, and I really liked them. I have mounted on here, I have mounted the GP 5000 STR in a 32. This is on the Athos, and you can see how much clearance I've got left. I could probably go even bigger, but I think that's looking really good there. And here you can see the clearance around the chainstay. There's the clearance in the back on the 32. Of course, the seat stay is really big, so not an issue there whatsoever. But these tires are 32 posted, and they measure out about 34. So that goes to show you how much tire that the Athos can hold. Now, the profile of the rim this way, let's see what the profile is this way. Sorry for my unique camera angles. There you can see the profile, and we're at 30. So not too far off. Not ideal, but on a wheel like this, that's a climbing wheel, and I'm doing it for comfort reasons. I don't really care that it doesn't match. It's going to be better than the Alpinist. You like my camera holder here, the baby stroller? So yeah, initial impressions of the Zips were really good. What I noticed the most was the improved confidence I have with this bigger tire. I don't have to pay as much attention to exactly where I'm going on these really crappy roads in Costa Rica. I can just focus more on the effort more so. They have potholes here that can really kill somebody. There's been motorcyclists who have died because they hit the potholes in this country, and I've seen some of the potholes, seriously, like on a paved highway, some of the potholes are this deep. And having a bigger tire and running a more comfortable tire could mean the difference in crashing or not. It's literally that big of a deal. And plus you encounter a lot of gravel roads here, so I noticed in the corners with the 32s versus the 28s, it's more just, it's like riding a street moto. You can just really lean it over, and you feel more aggressive. It's more confidence inspiring. There's really not that much else to say. This is an initial review of the 303s. I put 2,200 miles or so on the Alpinist, and in terms of ride quality between the two, it's very similar. They're both climbing wheels. They accelerate really well. They both feel light. Of course, you can see the difference in the rim profile depth here. I know there's a posted measurement, but you can see that the Zips look a bit deeper. So, yeah, both are good wheels. I just don't really like the noise that the spokes make, and I have never been able to get around that. And I want to use a bigger tire, and look at that. You need to take care when you're using your digital calipers. That's like a knife right there, so gotta go clean that up. Thanks for watching. A little addendum here. These are, the Zips are hookless flat rim profile inside the rim bed, so you got to be sure that you're using the appropriate approved tire. I was initially really skeptical about using a hookless rim because doesn't seem like common sense to me. But I thought I'm gonna give these wheels a go, These are the first issue of the Alpinist CLX. They are tubed only, so I was running latex in here. You can't see it, but this is a hooked rim, and I really like to use latex inner tubes, and I do that on all my tubed tires. But just a reminder that you need to be sure that you're using the right tire on the Zipps, and that you don't go tubeless on the CLX first edition of the Roval